Ninth class, good morning. Today we are going to start another topic, the periodic table. What we are going to study in this topic that we will be discussing. First, we will be studying about Davenier's trade. Then we want to study about Newland's law of octave. Then Mendeleev, another scientist who have done great contribution in making the first uh, periodic table. And then we will be learning about modern periodic table, and in that modern periodic table we will be learning about certain groups like group number 1, group 2, halogens and zero group. First we will like to know what is a periodic table. It is a table or a chart in which all the known elements are arranged in such a way that elements with similar properties are grouped together in same column, and dissimilar elements are separated from each other. What is the basic? That all the elements which are similar in their properties are in one group, and if two elements are there and their properties are dissimilar, they are separated from each other. Now in this we have made around 2-3 great efforts. Before that I would like to discuss with you what is the reason for classification, making the study of element easier, and we want to make the study of element in a systematic manner, help to correlate the properties of element with one another, and fundamental properties are there. According to that we want to arrange them like increasing atomic mass or atomic number. Various factors are there which we want to see. Then it reveals relationship between different elements. This is some separate book. Actually our syllabus is reduced, so this book is having that reduced syllabus, so I am going through that. Now the first effort which was put to classify the element was Davenier's trade. Davenier's was a scientist. He arranged 3 elements in a group. Now because 3 elements are there, so we call it a triad. Now what is similar? He said similar property elements in one group. What he did, he selected or put 3 elements in a group with similar properties, similar chemical properties, and in that properties he had kept all the 3 elements on the basis of increasing their molecular mass or atomic mass. If there are 3 elements, the first will be having the lowest mass, then second will be having increasing trend, then third will be having the highest atomic mass. Okay, in that. Then he arranged them and he gave one law on that basis. In that law he told that if we see any 3 elements in a triad, the mass of the second element is equal to the mean of the first and third element. Here it is written what? A group of 3 elements constitute a triad in which the atomic weight of the middle element is approximately the arithmetic mean of the atomic weight of the other 2 elements. To explain it better, I will be moving on to another page where certain examples are given. We will go through here and check that. I am having the first triad. One example is being given, the triad of lithium, sodium and potassium. Lithium's atomic weight is 7 and that of sodium 23, that of potassium 39. So they are arranged in increasing atomic weight. Now if we see the center one, the second one, it is sodium. It's if we do the arithmetic mean of first lithium and potassium, see we are getting 23, which is approximately or equal to the atomic mass of the second one. Now we take another triad, that of calcium, strontium and barium. Now if we see here, calcium is having atomic weight of 40, strontium 88.5 and that of barium 137. Atomic weight of strontium is 88. Now if we go through the mean of calcium and barium, we are getting 88.5, which is approximately equal. Now we can move on to some another, one more triad of that. Chlorine we are having, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Chlorine is having 35.5, bromine is having 80, and that of iodine is 127. If I try to find out the mean of these chlorine and bromine, it is coming 81.25, approximately near to the atomic weight of the middle or second element. So therefore these three elements show, and if we take all these elements, chlorine, bromine, iodine, calcium, strontium, barium, or we can take example of this lithium, sodium, or potassium, they all are showing similar chemical properties. So this was first. But Debonnier was not able to explain all the elements, was not able to arrange all the elements in the triad. There were certain drawbacks which we need to see. Reason for rejecting Debonnier's trade. This classification is applicable only to limited number of elements. Some elements are there. Some elements can be grouped into triad, but their properties are dissimilar. Like here, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, one triad he has formed, in which carbon and nitrogen and oxygen for 12, 14, 16, but the properties are totally not same. They are dissimilar properties. So this was the reason. Now next law which we will be studying is Newland's law of octave. Newland arranged the element in the ascending order of the atomic weight, as Debonnier has done. Now when elements are arranged, when he was arranging it in a table, he formed a table of, in your book if you see, it has been shown in form of a table. Rows and columns are given. Here rows and columns are not given, but they are arranged in the rows and column form only. What he told, when elements are arranged in order of increasing atomic mass, the first and the second element, the first and the eighth element have similar chemical properties, like the 8 notes of an octave of music. He was a musician, and he said, for example, I start from anywhere. If I start from hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, the eighth one is coming which one? Fluorine. That means hydrogen is first and fluorine is the eighth element, and the properties of this first and the eighth elements are similar. Or we can start this from anywhere. You take example of this boron. Let boron be first and start counting from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Aluminium coming down to boron. So boron is first and aluminium is eighth element. So properties of boron and aluminum are very, very similar. So this is the law of octave. Now Newland, when he was arranging all the elements, he had done work more greater than that of Debonnier, I will say. It relates properties of element to their atomic mass. And this what he said, you give me the atomic mass, which element is showing similar property, I can explain. It indicates that there is a periodicity in the properties of the element. A new word was put forward by Newland, and that word was periodicity. Periodicity means repeating or reoccurrence of properties. Yes. So here if you see first and eighth, the properties are reappearing. If I see the aluminium and down to it some another element is there, and eighth one I will say, you will find their properties are reoccurring. If I see here hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine. So hydrogen to fluorine, the property reoccurring. Then fluorine to chlorine, 1, fluorine is 1, so chlorine will be 8. The properties are again reoccurring. The classification worked quite well for lighter element. One point was that he was not able to arrange element more after calcium. If he arranged also, the properties are not similar to the group in which they are kept. There were certain drawbacks. First was, which the law was given, the limitation of Newland's classification. If you see, this classification failed to the heavier element first, as I told you, like iron is there, copper is there, or other element, nickel, cobalt, they are there, but their properties cannot be explained. Noble gases was not given the place from there. And if we make a separate group, then the octave rule get disqualified. There will be 9 columns. So the 9th element will be showing the similarity to the first one. That will again be a problem. It did not provide specific position for hydrogen. Hydrogen is given number 1 only. So this is about certain explanation on two discoveries. One was done by Debonnier and second was done by Newland. In next video we will be studying about Mendeleev's.